today. From Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California, it's Week 5 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Indianapolis Colts.
The onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, the MVP of the league back in 2016. It's Matt Ryan.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Got the connection here to Bourne. He'll have a first down past the 40. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Kendrick Bourne, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken in the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away, because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on 1 play. Well, if it's there, you take it. But otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
The 27-yard line.
Quick throw into the hands of Hopkins out wide. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. Now third.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want them. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Derrick Henry. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure.
And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. DeAndre Hopkins, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on goal counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep a defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd down, Samuels. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. From the gun, it's Ryan. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he is going to have a Colts first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. They'll run with Samuels. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Samuels. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 3. This
7-7, our score after 1. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. That's complete right around the 8. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are. Yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Come on with it, man. Makes the score Colts 10, 49ers 7.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Danny Amendola on the return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
You ain't going to burn me. The Niners take over 1st and 10.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down in those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's a throw out wide to Anderson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Complete to Robbie Anderson. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Incomplete. Xavier Rhodes on the coverage.
To throw again, Ryan. And this will be caught by Mooney. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Throwing again, Ryan. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. And this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Going deep for Hopkins. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Henry. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Sanders' kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Second half begins with a run by Henry. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Carl Nassib. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And now a shot into coverage downfield is complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll run with Henry. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll run it again with Henry. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy who can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And
across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. From 19 yards away. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Staying on the ground with Samuels. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator. Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Amendola set to return it. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. And these numbers showing up on the screen, that's why he's their star. They kept him down for a little bit, couldn't keep him down for a full 4 quarters.
But what they were hoping for was a half of a game. And if they could have shut it down at the half, they had done their job. But as you mentioned, a full 4 quarters, and the best, they always feel like they're one run away from changing the momentum or breaking something big. And we're starting to see that here in the second half.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll get 34 yards there.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. They keep it with Henry on first down. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there...
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Ryan. And right back to Kittle. This time he's got it. And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First down.
From the gun, Ryan. Open man is born. And he's got this down to the 35. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Well, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. 4th down. Here's Ryan. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Well, they did the part they had to do. Quick throw got the first down.
But that doesn't allow them to relax. They still have plenty of work to do.
George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And now it's second down.
Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jalen Samuels, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are once again going to retake the lead. If there was a time to break off a nice run like that, it was right here to grab the lead in the fourth.
And it's just so much stress on a defense in that situation because you're looking at the clock. What are we guarding against? What's the first thing, right? The strike to the end zone, throwing the ball. Instead, they come back and hit him with a run. Block it well, and how about the physical run he made? Terrific job finding his way to the end zone to give him the lead.
Welcome to the NFL, baby.
The defense of Indianapolis, they make their way on the field now. They've got a situation where a field goal ties it. How do you defend this? Because you obviously don't want to give up the touchdown. How aggressive do you get?
That's always the key, isn't it? Where is the line on aggressiveness to over-aggressiveness? And I think most coordinators are looking at it like run your regular defense, add some pressure packages, because really
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now, the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first down, it's Samuels. And he stopped immediately there. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
49ers 49-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Here's Samuels again. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. This is Samuels. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Brings up fourth down.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll run for it with Samuels. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were spurred on.